Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV. I'm Vedanta Karwala. Our lead story, well, the TMC versus Central Agency showdown intensifying in the run-up to the polls. Well, the NIA team, which was attacked in West Bengal, now has a complaint against it, which has been registered by the West Bengal police. This also has led and triggered a political slugfest between the TMC and the BJP. The TMC says the Central Agency is acting at the behest of the BJP. The Prime Minister in West Bengal, meanwhile, says that TMC wants a license to terrorize agencies. Here's a report.
Regarding this Bhupatinagar issue, there is a strong allegation on behalf of Trinamool Congress that this entire episode is constructed by NIA, both NIA and BJP. This is a result of a conspiracy made by Bharatiya Janata Party and NIA. We want to mention a name, that is Mr. D.R. Singh, SP NIA, Dhanram Singh. Madam Mamata Banerjee has already told that some BJP leader went to that person, that SP, and handed over the names of Trinamool Congress.
The Trinamool Congress alleging the NIA was acting on the behest of the BJP and picking up Trinamool Congress booth leaders after a BJP leader visited an NIA officer at his home, even after the Model Code of Conduct came into force. The Trinamool Congress's National General Secretary Abhishek Banerjee said it was an alliance between the NIA and the BJP that was orchestrating conspiracies against Trinamool leaders amid the Model Code of Conduct. The Trinamool is demanding an investigation into the role of the officer and is asking for his removal from Bengal immediately, as he is involved in political games with the BJP. However, the BJP leader the Trinamool Congress mentioned has denied the charges and threatened legal action against Kunal Ghosh.
देखिए, हमारे देश में जो कानून है उसमें जो व्यक्ति अभियोग लगाता है, ये उसकी जिम्मेदारी होती है कि अभियोग को प्रमाणित करे। वो अपने अभियोग को प्रमाणित करें और यदि नहीं कर पाएंगे तो उनके खिलाफ मानहानि का केस हम खुद करेंगे। ऐसा होता है क्या? ऐसा होता है? आसनसोल में कोई एनआईए का केस है क्या? क्यों हो? आसनसोल में वो लोग चुनाव में वो लोग हार रहे हैं, इसलिए ऐसा कर रहे हैं।
The development came on a day when the Bhupatinagar police registered a case under section 154 of the Indian Penal Code against NIA officers on charges of assault of criminal force to woman with intent to outrage her modesty. The NIA on Sunday categorically denied any malified intention in its Bhupatinagar action. The Central Agency in a press release added that its team came under an unprovoked violent attack and that it made the arrests following all legal procedures. A Trinamool Congress delegation comprising of State Minister Chandrama Bhattacharya also visited the families of those arrested to ensure its ground-level workers don't leave the field ahead of elections. And the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister also faced off on the issue.
আর মানুষ যখন প্রতিবাদ করছে এনআইএ কে ঢুকিয়ে দিচ্ছে মধ্যরাতে মহিলারা ঘুমোচ্ছে বাড়িতে গদ্দারের এলাকায় মধ্যরাতে পুলিশকে না জানিয়ে চলে গেল পুলিশের ড্রেস পরে তো অনেক বদমাশি লোক আগে সিঙ্গুর নন্দীগ্রামে বদমাইশিও করেছে মায়েরা কি করে বুঝবে মেয়েরা কি করে বুঝবে বাইরে থেকে যদি কেউ হামলা করতে আসে মা বোনেরা প্রতিবাদ করলো তাদের বিরুদ্ধে ডায়েরি করে দিয়েছে বলছে তৃণমূলের সব বুথ এজেন্টদের অ্যারেস্ট করো सब कैंडिडेट अरेस्ट करो।
साथियों, टीएमसी चाहती है कि उसके तोलाबाजों को, भ्रष्टाचारी नेताओं को आतंक का खुला लाइसेंस मिले। इसलिए जब केंद्र की जांच एजेंसियां आती है तो टीएमसी उन पर हमले करती है, औरों से करवाती है। टीएमसी कानून और संविधान को कुचलने वाली पार्टी है। आप देखिए संदेश खाली में क्या हुआ, ये पूरा देश जान चुका है। वहां माताओं बहनों के साथ कितना बड़ा अत्याचार हुआ है, ये पूरे देश ने देखा है। हालात ये है कि हर मामले में यहां कोर्ट को खुद को दखल देना पड़ता है.
The Trinamool Congress and the BJP have often faced off over the functioning of central agencies in the state of West Bengal, but the Bhupatinagar incident has once again brought the sharp divisions onto the forefront, dragging the premier anti-terror investigation agency into the political rhetoric ahead of elections. The NIA is likely to challenge the case filed against its officers before a court, but it surely would have liked to avoid being dragged into the political debate over its functioning in the middle of elections in the state. In Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
So that big showdown in West Bengal, which is an important catchment area for the BJP. But moving now to other news, our special hot seat series, and the constituency in focus is the Chennai Central constituency. It is a DMK bastion, but what are the fault lines and the political realities here? My colleague Veera Raghav reports.
Chennai Central Lok Sabha constituency is as strong a DMK bastion as it gets. Even in the seesaw Dravidian battle between the AIA-DMK and DMK, this seat has been a DMK stronghold since the 1970s. And a powerful Maran family stronghold since 1996. Incumbent Member of Parliament Dayanidhi Maran's father, the late Murasoli Maran, held it from 1996 and Dayanidhi took over in 2004. Only once in 2014 did Maran lose this seat to the AIA-DMK. And that's the only time the AIA-DMK has ever won Chennai Central. While the traditional rival on the ground is the AIA-DMK, still the DMK campaign for the 2024 Lok Sabha polls across Tamil Nadu and in Chennai Central is on a firm anti-BJP and anti-Narendra Modi plank.
We are so happy that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is coming to Chennai, is coming to Tamil Nadu more often, because the more he comes to visit Chennai or Tamil Nadu, our margins increases because people just hate it.
The drama, colour and noise of a Dravidian election campaign is in full blast to galvanize largely a socially and economically weaker section of the electorate. And in the midst, there are even Hindi announcements in this area, which is home to Chennai's Marwari population.
मैं डीएमके पार्टी को धन्यवाद देता हूं कि अपने नॉर्थ इंडिया का ये भी आप जा खड़े यहाँ का पार्षद भी एक नॉर्थ इंडियन हिंदी वाला है. डीएमके पार्टी का ऐसे लोग बोलते हैं, कभी उन्होंने वैसा नहीं किया है. वो बोलते हैं कि फर्स्ट नहीं होना, बाद में आप कोई भी लैंग्वेज फर्स्ट हमारी भाषा तमिल है तो वो तमिल ही होनी चाहिए. आज तक कोई ऐसा विरोध नहीं है.
हिंदी वोटर्स में बीजेपी का असर नहीं पड़ा.
इधर तमिलनाडु में कोई असर नहीं है. यहाँ जो हमारे लिए कौन खड़े हैं उनके साथ हम खड़े हैं.
Even Pani Puri gains currency over the Idli Vada. Taking on the DMK in the Dravidian heartland isn't just about taking on one party. It's about taking on an alliance which has stood the test of time. Several small parties with small vote shares which all conglomerate together under the DMK umbrella. That's the real challenge, breaking that arithmetic apart from dealing with the DMK's chemistry. There are two forces challenging that DMK arithmetic and chemistry. One is the AIA-DMK-led alliance, and the other, the BJP's alliance. Will a three-way fight weaken the anti-DMK arithmetic is a question these elections will answer. But unfettered by their historically insignificant vote shares in this seat, BJP candidate Vinod P. Selvan is putting up a brave front against the DMK. Temperature is soaring in Chennai Central as this campaign winds its way through T Nagar. Can the BJP march into what's been traditional Dravidian territory without a traditional ally? That's perhaps the big question in these elections, as the drumbeats and the noise and the campaign fever hits a peak in Chennai Central. Does the BJP have traction in a city or a constituency like Chennai Central, which is seen as a, a bastion of the DMK Maran family?
As we all know, the only constant which we can ever find in this world is change. And the change is coming to this part of the world. Central Chennai, this election, is going to unanimously vote in favor of Narendra Modi, of the BJP, because basically this particular constituency, though is the heart of the city, has been stagnant. It's been stagnated. The lives of the people have been stagnated over the last 30, 40 years. For the last 25 years, Mr. Dayanand Iman and his father have been MP of this constituency, but the poverty has not been alienated. The people have not been uplifted. Society is not performing.
Late actor Vijay Khan's DMDK is contesting Central Chennai as part of the AIA-DMK alliance, and its candidate, B. Parthasarathi, is a former MLA. While the AIA-DMK sees this election as one to reiterate its grassroots grips as one of the two principal pillars of Tamil Nadu politics, for the DMDK, it's a battle for survival and relevance post the demise of its founder, actor Vijay Kant. Performance of Parthasarathi in Chennai Central would be a key indicator of whether the alliance is working at the grassroots and whether the traditional two leads vote is being poached by the BJP.
பள்ளிக்கூடத்துலலாம் நிறைய இருக்குது தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதும் இங்கே மட்டும் இல்லை கண்டிப்பாக அந்த சீரழிப்புக்கு நான் தடுப்பதற்கு என்ன வழி செய்யணுமோ நான் வெற்றி பெற்றால் தருவேன் அதே போல் மாணவர்களுக்கு வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கல்வி உதவித்தொகை அதிகமாக கிடைப்பது கிடையாது ஒரு சில மாணவர்களுக்கு கிடைக்குது ஒரு சில மாணவர்களுக்கு கிடைக்காம இருக்குது அது நான் வெற்றி பெற்றால் கண்டிப்பாக 100% அந்த மாணவர்களுக்கு கல்லூரி படிப்பதற்கு லோன் வாங்கி கண்டிப்பாக தரும்.
In many ways, the vote shares, and not just who wins or loses in seats like Chennai Central, would indicate the future script in Dravidian politics. In Chennai, with Sam Daniel, Veeraraghavan for NDTV.
And from Tamil Nadu, moving now to the Hindi heartland states, the Prime Minister launched the BJP's campaign in Madhya Pradesh with a Jabalpur road show. This is his first rally after the Model Code of Conduct kicked in. In interesting optics, this time it was not Shivraj Singh Chauhan, of course, but the newly elected Chief Minister Mohan Yadav accompanying the Prime Minister. This is an important tribal area, a tribal belt, in fact, the Mahakaushal area, which has been the BJP's focus since the assembly elections. In other news now, the police in Bellary have seized 5 crore 60 lakh worth cash, 3 kilograms of gold, 103 kilograms of jewellery and 21 pieces of silver. A total value of 7 crore 6 lakh rupees worth of gold and silver has also been seized. This operation was carried out by the police in Bellary's Bruce town, primarily involving money laundering. The money was found at the residence of Naresh, the owner of Hema Jewellers in the Kambli Bazaar area, and Naresh, the accused, has been taken into custody. And now in news that concerns all of us, Vistara, one of India's only full-service airlines, has decided to cut back 10% in its services. This after the pilot crisis, the ongoing pilot crisis for Vistara. In fact, Vistara has said that domestic networks will be disrupted more or less, and all those will be accommodated by the airline. My colleague Vishnu Shom has more details.
The decision of the management of Vistara to scale back their operations by 25 to 30 flights every day, in other words 10% of the capacity that they were operating, comes at a time when pilots of the airline had serious concerns about the rostering in the airline, which had resulted them to a point where even flight safety may have been jeopardized because they were exhausted. Pilots felt that the airline was expanding at a pace at which there was no buffer which was actually available, and therefore it resulted in a crisis in the rostering of the airline, as a result of which there were upwards of 50 flights cancelled on 2 days last week. Now that situation has been regularized somewhat, but as part of the decisions the airline is taking to make the airline easier upon the pilots, they've now decided to scale back their operations by up to 30 flights a day, or 10% of the capacity they were operating. This takes them back to the same level of flight operations as at the end of February 2024. And the airline says this will provide much needed resilience and buffer in the pilot rosters. Most of these are going to be affecting the domestic network of the airline and much ahead of time to minimize inconvenience to customers. Also, those passengers who are affected are being put onto other flights as well as applicable, is what the airline actually says at this stage. So these are what the management of the airline are looking at. The idea is to stabilize the number of flights that they are operating.
So word of caution there for all Vistara passengers. With that, we'll take a short break now. News continues on the other side. Welcome back. It's going to be a hot summer ahead, and Bengaluru is already feeling the heat. The city is facing temperatures that are the highest in April in the last 8 years, a clear impact of climate change. My colleague Pratibha Raman has this report.
After reeling under a severe water crisis, Bengaluru is under the grip of an unprecedented heat wave with record-breaking temperatures during the day and warmer than usual nights. The Met Department has pointed to climate change, attributing them to deficient rainfall and drought, only threatening to make the situation worse.
South Karnataka, including Bengaluru city, received a deficient rainfall. So this is one reason, and second, then after that also the rain, there was no rain in Bengaluru city. That is in the winter season also. And this is mainly due to the climate change, and another reason is El Nino condition still is going on. As there is no rain, means a plantation will not be there. The city is mostly urbanized, and due to that, locally it is get warmed.
Bengaluru recorded 37.6 degrees Celsius on April 6th. It is the third highest in the last 15 years. It is the highest in the last 8 years. Bengaluru has already recorded one of its hottest and driest days in the months of March and April. Despite being the IT hub, with the city's lakes drying up, the city needs to invest much more in sustainable water management solutions. The state government has already issued warnings to its citizens to stay indoors and keep themselves hydrated.
बहुत ही गर्मी है ना? हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है इस बार गर्मी, वरना इतनी ज़्यादा धूप नहीं निकलती थी. अभी हम लोगों को सिर ढक के निकलना पड़ता है बाहर जाने के लिए, वरना इतनी गर्मी नहीं होती थी.
For past few years, like when I was born till now, this is the hottest season ever, hottest year which is there. So can't even bear. We feel like, why do we come out for college just in the sun?
The only hope is there will be some respite in the form of summer showers expected around April 14th. Bengaluru's summers were always known to be a season that was famous for a sure shot way of looking hot. But this time around, people have been complaining of the record-breaking temperatures and are waiting to get away from the scorching sun. With camera person Govt, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
That's all the time that we have on the show. From all of us here, goodbye.